Hi, in this tutorial we'll cover the month-end procedures, which is when you've completed all your cash books, the allocating, you've checked all along while doing your allocating after allocating each and every transaction that this amount remains nil, and therefore when you've finished allocating all your cash books it will still be nil, so double check that. Then you will check the B worksheet and just run your eye over the summary of the income and expenses to check that there's not a glaring misallocation where there may be an amount next to any of these accounts that you know there shouldn't be a transaction in it for that month, that you can then go back to the A worksheet and fix the allocation. Make sure that the interbank receipt account is 0, because any money that moves between bank accounts, the net effect must be 0. And we've covered in a previous tutorial what you need to do if that amount is not 0, using the Summarize worksheet. Double check that the VAT control account of 16,461.15 agrees to the VAT summary that you will use to complete your VAT return. And once you're happy with all those checks, you will then left click again on Summarize, and this is for month end. You can left click on Summarize at any point in time to sort and filter on transactions, but for month end be sure to do it for the final summary. Once you have summarized, you will highlight the entire summary for this month, which in this example is June. Right click in any of the rows that you've highlighted, left click on Copy, left click on Summary Accumulated, left click on the very top cell. Now in this case I've already copied the Summary Accumulated, so I'm just showing you how to do it, and right click on Paste, so that you bring the very latest summary into the accumulated summary. And in the months to follow you will then copy and paste the summary transaction of each of those months below the previous month that you've copied. If these little hashes do appear, just double click on that column to open them up. And in this way, by copying each month over into the accumulated summary, you then have a rolling total of all the transactions that you've allocated in the cash books of your small business accounting system. In this example, the month of June is the first month that we've used the product, therefore we'll only have June entries in the summary accumulated. And when we do the July cash books, we'll copy the summary for that cash book into the summary accumulated below the June transactions. So once you have followed that procedure, you'll go back to the A worksheet, and you can then create a new sheet, which is bringing over the closing balances of all the cash books in as opening balances into your new month. If your income statement and balance sheet is open, it will warn you that it's open, and it cannot be open when you are busy creating a new sheet, and it will tell you that it's going to save it and close it for you. You can left click on OK. It now tells us that the balance sheet and trial balance file is also open, and it can't be open when you're creating a new sheet, so it will save and close it for you, and you left click on OK. Are you sure you want to create a new blank sheet? Yes, we are. We've done our month-end checks and we're happy to carry on into the new month. And then you will left-click on the next month's cash book name within the folder. Very important. Don't rename the cash book. Left-click on the next cash book name for the next month that you're going to be preparing your cash book, and left-click on Save. It will then tell you that the file already exists and ask you if you want to replace it, and you will left click on Yes. And this procedure then carries over the opening balances from the closing balances of the previous month for each of your cash books. It will also carry over the previous month's summary, but when you hit the Summarize button for the first time in the new month, it will update it for the new month. It will carry over the summary accumulated that you've put in to the previous month's worksheet. It will clear out the VAT summary for the new month's figures to come in. It will carry over any customer names that you've entered in your debtors list. In this example, we didn't enter any, so there aren't any, and any that you've entered into your creditors list and inventory list. Make sure that you've remembered to empty the splitting worksheet, to delete the transactions that may still be in there, and then change the date on the COA worksheet to agree to the name of the cash book file, and save. You will then open the income statement, and the June entries will then be populated automatically into the income statement with a net profit of 33,008.68 in this example. And we can check to the cash book B worksheet, 33,008.68. The net profit 33,008.68, so that agrees. Then you will open up the balance sheet file. Remember, always open the income statement before you open the balance sheet. The June cash book, which is all that we've done then for now in this example, is then 33,008.68. Net profit on the trial balance, the amount that says must be nil, which is this amount in this cell, is nil. The balance sheet, check that it balances. Those amounts must be nil, and they are nil. And the cash flow statement, the amount at the bottom must be nil, and it is nil. And then you will save your balance sheet file, close it, save your income statement file, and close it. And then you can carry on within the July cash book to now start the process again as you've been taught in the previous tutorials by importing your bank statements, allocating your transactions, and your balances will be automatically updated again for the new month. And those are then the procedures for month end. And then continue with your next month's cash book. I'll speak to you again in the next tutorial.